teal in your hair.
Thank
That's
you.
him.
I was peer pressured into doing this.
Bonding activity or?
Well, I've had dyed hair every single year I've played in college. I made a vow to myself my freshman year that I would never do a color that of a team that I was playing on. However, I had so many suggestions this year to do teal. I eventually just gave in and was like, let me just give the people what they want. So they didn't get the full head. I have done the full head before, but they're just gonna get a nice little streak on the side.
I love it. That shows your commitment to
Yeah.
Coastal and this team and everything. Just talk about the experience so far.
It's been amazing. Definitely a different culture than I've been in before. I love Conway and the people around me as well. They really are what make the school. Just going to get food off of campus and then being asked, if I'm a basketball player here at the school, like the culture, not only from our coaching staff and our players, but as well as the community around me is just so amazing here.
So how have your experiences at both Pitt and Charlotte helped you develop as a person and as a player?
Yeah. So from Pitt, obviously I got some Power Four experience. I got to be on the big stage and play against quite a few girls that are now in the WNBA. And so I'm able to take those things that I've learned from there and really apply them to my game now, whether that's, different moves, how to guard. I'm able to apply that at this level. And I think that I can be very successful with those things that I've learned. And then at Charlotte, I got more experience on the court. I played big minutes. I was able to be in some big time games, score a lot of points. And so I think I'm able now to bring that experience on the court as well into my game now.
Where have you seen the most improvement, both personally and then team-wise, just throughout all these practices leading up to the season?
Whew. I think personally, my biggest growth, I have two big growths, I'll say. Coach Cox has really helped me with my defense and getting better and more confident with guarding. And then also Coach Shu has really helped me for the mentality piece of like really staying locked into the game, really being focused on what I'm doing in the moment and not really worrying about, whether it's past mistake, what's coming up next, just really staying present in the moment. And then, sorry, what was the other question?
Just improvement for the team.
Oh, for the team, yes. And then for the team, again, I think our communication has gotten a lot better. While it may not be perfect, as Coach said, I definitely feel like that communication piece and kind of bringing those freshmen up with us and them learning from their older girls has gotten a lot better.
Coach talked about, it might take 5-10 games to really find your guys' identity. Are you at least, starting to discover that, feel what your guys' identity will be ahead of this first game?
Oh, yeah. I definitely think our identity is starting to come to life. I see that we're definitely going to be a shooting team and a running team. So if you can't guard and you can't run, then you're going to be in trouble with us. So I think that that's the biggest thing that we bring.
Tessa mentioned that because she grew up in the upper Midwest, she didn't know a whole lot about the Sun Belt. You grew up in Virginia, so I'm guessing you, James Madison, ODU, those type teams. How much do you know about the league?
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with the Sun Belt, again, growing up in Virginia. My first ever offer in the 8th grade was from ODU, and then JMU, of course, was recruiting me really hard out of high school. And so I'm very familiar, and also those are games I want to win. I want to go to my home state, and I want to win. So I think those are two teams that I'm really looking forward to play this year.
You also have a trip to Virginia Tech. Do you have that one circled?
Yes, that is a huge one for me. Obviously, I played them in the ACC. Kind of hard to win when Liz Kitley's on the court, but but that one's my last home game, if you will. I grew up 40 minutes away from there, so I'll have all the friends, all the family coming into town. So that one's definitely a big one that I'm looking to not only play, but hopefully go out there and get a win.
Tracey, not playing basketball last year. What's been the process for you, the ramp-up process, just to get back to being game ready?
Yeah, definitely getting back in shape has been a huge piece for me. I was doing a little here and there, but nothing on the level of what the expectation here is at Coastal. And so getting in shape, getting with our strength coach and making sure I have everything. And then as well, just building back confidence. You take off a year, you might lose a few things. And so throughout the process of me getting back, I've been slowly gaining my confidence back as well.
Tracey, you're a good student. You transferred a couple of times. How much do you think the fact that you can handle academics has helped you get involved quickly at your new school?
I graduated magna cum laude at UNC Charlotte, and so coming here and starting an MBA program, it helps a lot knowing how to study, knowing how to time manage, and so I think those keys made my transition into Coastal and being an MBA student helped a lot, and so that's kind of one less thing I have to worry about of like, oh, I don't know how to stay on top of my things. That's not an issue. I'm able to focus more on my basketball when I need to focus on basketball and my academics when I need to focus on my academics.
So the smartest person in the room.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
No offense, coach.
I asked Tessa the same question, but Tracey, just the excitement for you about being back or being here at the HTC Center and seeing Teal Nation for the first time.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've seen what Coastal can bring as a community, and again, just meeting people on the court, and I'm excited to come and see them at games and things like that, especially the kids. I love when kids come to our games because they're always loud, and so that's really what I'm most excited for, is to really have that family atmosphere here at the games. You always want fans, but there's such thing as bad fans, but I feel like here we're really going to have that family atmosphere, and it's going to be really fun.
Let me ask you about the Nightmare on Elm Street as well, coming up at the end of October.
Yes.
Happening in downtown Conway. Just what have you heard about that? How excited are you for that event?
So I haven't heard too much logistically. However, I did go down to downtown Conway on the first weekend that it opened up for Halloween, and it was amazing. We couldn't even get a reservation at a restaurant. It was like a 2-hour wait to get anything. So I think it'll be an overall fun atmosphere. What they do in downtown Conway is super cool. I was able to bring my parents out there and everything. And so I'm just overall excited for what they have planned for us.